There we go. Come on, come on. Yep. I'm just kind of waiting on I got a call today at some point that I'm gonna have to jump on to help one of my clients with their website, their funnels. But other than that, I want to kind of just share a little bit of my story and how I got into this space. What happened? Oh, but yeah, it's I started over a year ago in this online space with creating a t-shirt company, learning everything, you know, from different sources and scouring the internet and a lot of long nights and tears, trying to figure out, how to pull all this information together to create this online business that I've always, wanted to kind of create. It's been many years I wanted to create t-shirts or something similar. And I stuck with it. You know what I mean? I didn't quit. Yeah, it was tough. Yeah, it was difficult. Yeah, there was times where I thought I wasn't going to make it or I was not cut out for it. But that's the thing, though. When you don't quit, you'll start to see results. And then when you start to see results, it almost becomes like infectious. You know what I mean? And you just want to keep going and getting better and better and better. And you want to do everything you can to become the best you can in that environment. So that's what happened, and then I created this t-shirt brand, Messiah Crew. It's faith-based apparel. If you like, rad skate gear, streetwear, then Messiah Crew is going to be for you. But then after that, I created a book called Men of Action. It's a biblical study guide for men. And I really didn't understand like what I was supposed to do. I still didn't even understand like what I was really supposed to do with promoting my brand and promoting my book. So I kind of dabbled around with the what is that? I'm not alive, just so you know. It is that loud. Yeah. But I started dabbling around with like Facebook ads, not really knowing how to do ads, and that kind of was very discouraging because I spent a lot of money, and then I started, then I was just scrolling through Facebook one day and ended up catching a live for Kingdom Coaching, and they started talking about how they had this course called the Scribes course, and that's exactly what I was kind of looking for because I was like, man, it's like every time I go live, the kids want to think that it's time to be loud for everything. That's where you got to be adaptable, right? But I joined, I found Kingdom Coaching. I started listening to her live, and then found out that there's a course within Kingdom Coaching called the Scribes course. That's why I think Kingdom Coaching is really unique because yeah, it's going to teach you digital marketing, but there's two other courses within there, and not only that, the modules they have in there are just amazing compared to a lot of other courses. And it's biblical based, so you're going to learn how to generate money ethically and biblically, and what it means to be a good steward. But the Scribes course is going to teach you exactly how to write a book, how to promote a book, how to author a book. And that's really my main goal was I wanted that because I'm working on 5 books, right? It's been several months now that I've even gotten back into them, but I know that they're there, and I'm still gonna finish them. But I wanted to learn how I was supposed to do this, and that's mainly the reason why I got into this space. Um, but then there was the courses on digital marketing and social selling and sales psychology and all those different courses, and that just opened my mind completely, right? And then there's a course called He is Confident, She is Confident within Kingdom Coaching, and that is sought after by therapists. Therapists seek this course and say that it'd be worth probably $2,500. So that's pretty amazing, but that I was able to break my limiting beliefs, and I was able to step outside of my comfort zone and start to really, really hone in on my identity and, break those limiting beliefs. So once I did that, I started practicing and implementing the tools that they gave me, and it was pretty phenomenal. Now, one thing that I did, unfortunately, I didn't like was the multiple platforms, right? Staying Store is great in its own, in its own sense, right? And it's simplified and straightforward, but I wanted something that I was able to like customize completely, right? Make it my own. And the email flows, I wanted something that was going to give me automated email flows, and that's what Flowdesk, and System.io and funnels and all that jazz, you know what I mean? So I wanted to I was just tired of juggling all these different platforms. And then one of my friends was doing a live with redirect, and I happened to pop on, and I was like, wow, what is this about redirect? What This sounds exactly. So again, it's like as I'm looking back on this, it's like God started putting things in order, started putting things in front of me, right? That I needed in order to continue on this path. Because there's a lot of times where I was like, man, this is a lot. This is a lot of work, right? But of course, and that's fine, right? Because freedom isn't truly free, right? You have to sacrifice something. There's sacrifice that comes into play. And if we want financial freedom and time freedom, then we're going to have to sacrifice a little bit. But I ended up, asking him what it was. And then I started researching a little bit, and I was like, man, this is everything that I want, right? I want my sales funnels. I want my websites. I want my email flows. I want my automations under one roof. And that's exactly what redirect gets you, right? That's the software. But when I finally got it and I got into the system and started, watching the modules and stuff like that, I find out that there's an actual community. There's a community, and then there's also daily live coaching every single day, multiple times a day. And that just blew the lid off of it, because I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like nobody knows about this. You know what I mean? Like, how come nobody doesn't know? How come nobody knows about this platform? Right. So I started asking people, and I started telling people, and a lot of people were very, I guess, upset, because apparently that's, cold messaging. And again, I didn't know. I just wanted to share this amazing platform, be like, yo, have you checked this out? Like, it is so amazing. It automates everything just like ManyChat. It's got, email flows, it's got templates already pre-built and this and that. And I started trying to tell everybody, and then found out, well, you can't really do that, because I guess that's cold messaging people, and people kind of don't think too kindly of that. But I didn't know. You know what I mean? Somebody told me that it was disgusting, and that I was disgusting for cold messaging them. So I kind of, really, analyzed a lot of things, and I started going back to the drawing board. I was like, well, how are you supposed to do this, right? Which, cold message to me, I mean, why not just get to the point? You know what I mean? Why sneak into somebody's DMs and be like, yo, what's up? Hey, guess what? Wow, that's a really cool content. Or, I love that, toaster on the side of, your content, or whatever. To me, that just seems ridiculous. I'm more of a straight shooter. I'll just be like, yo, I got this amazing platform. It does everything that all your systems and platforms do, but under one roof. Plus, it offers live coaching from some of the top industry leaders. in a community? Are you interested in anything like that? People didn't like that. So yeah, that's just a funny thing, you know what I mean? Because it's like you gotta like warm people up, you know what I mean? You gotta warm them up. And you know, I started to really hone in on learning the psychology of sales and the psychology of, messaging, and it kind of opened my eyes a lot. It's like in itself it's its own job, you know what I mean? Trying to prospect and trying to come across as like not as salesy, but as like, but I'm just trying to truly help people, you know what I mean? And that's what I think is different. If you're trying to actually truly help people, not just make sales, and I think you're gonna end up winning in the end, right? Because people are gonna see that. They're gonna see that you truly want to help, with authenticity that you're speaking, right? People know when they're being sold to, right? People know. And people don't like that either way, whether it's a cold message or not. People don't like that, but I truly want to help people, and before when I was doing Shopify, they had my t-shirt brand, I was trying to show people that they can make money online. I wanted to show other ministries that, hey, you can make money online with your t-shirts, right? You can have your ministry t-shirts, your beanies, your hoodies, whatever the case may be, so people can, rep your ministry. And I can design those for you. So I do a lot of designing for ministries and, churches and stuff like that. And I'm trying to create a platform to where I can house multiple ministries under one roof. And then with that, I just don't know the logistics as far as how the flow of money goes, because not everybody's going to be like, well, how am I supposed to get my money? A lot of people don't like that aspect, but I would have to do the work and, make sure that that money gets into the donation pot wherever it designated to go. You know what I mean? And I've got one ministry under me and it partnered with me, and we've done pretty well. We've had a few sales. We're hoping to start promoting it again more. And again, I took a lot of time off promoting that because I've just been really, really, really big into trying to learn how to properly scale my business and automate my business. So I think that, the 6 months of just learning is good, because when I get back in there, I'm gonna know how to do everything. I'm gonna know how to properly put content out and properly, get the messages out and, find the niche that, the people that I need to find. So you'll be seeing a lot more content with my Messiah crew starting, soon. But, I was able to, teach people how to create, online shops. And that's what I did for a little while. And now, I mean, the whole thing is, trying to teach people that they can make money online. But I still don't think that that's really like the niche that I'm supposed to be in. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people I find they want to do it. They want to make money online, right? But they want to sit in the sidelines and expect the same results as everybody else without putting in the work. That's what I'm finding, And a lot of people don't, they have a lot of limiting beliefs, or they have a victim mentality. So therefore, it's going to prevent them from gaining any traction, honestly, because you have to have, perseverance. You have to have adaptability. You have to have a mindset within this online space. Otherwise, you're going to get eaten alive, right? Because you have to have a winning mindset, because there's so many people within this online space trying to do the same thing. They're trying to grab a piece of that pie, right? So you're going to have to make sure that you have a mindset for building a business online, and it's not for everybody. Hey, what's going on? Trade with Lisa. Yeah, and we're just talking about story, how I kind of got into this space, and the mindset is huge when you're thinking about whatever business it is, and that's not even just in the online world. You know what I mean? That's in business in general. I mean, in life in general, you should have a winning mindset, because your thoughts. What was that? What? Your thoughts are very important, right? Your words have power, right? And words you can speak things, into existence. And the Bible even talks about this, right? The Bible talks about words having power, right? You have the power of life and death in the tongue. So I have when I'm talking about mindset, I'm talking about, making sure that when you are speaking, you shouldn't be anything but life, right? You should never be saying or thinking things. And that's why Paul says, capture your thoughts, right? Because your thoughts have a huge, profound impact on your reality. And if you're going to sit there and tell yourself that you can't do it, or you're not good enough, or you're not smart enough, and you don't have that mindset of, you are good enough, right? God will give you all the strength, right? Those types of mindsets, if you can't capture those thoughts, then you're going to get eaten alive in the online world, because there's other people that have the mentality. They have that mindset. They have that winning mindset. And if you don't have that mindset, then you're probably going to get eaten alive, right? And you're going to lose focus, and you're going to get inside your head, and then those limiting beliefs are going to take over, and then you're going to quit. Most people quit within this online space because they're not seeing that money right away. Like, it took me 6-7 months before I actually started seeing any money come through for my t-shirt company. And now my sales are down a lot because I've been trying to focus on building a business. I've been trying to focus on how to learn how to scale an online business within this online ecosystem, right? Because it is totally new, right? How do you use Facebook and social media and all those different platforms to leverage, so that way you can make sales? Well, you have to learn how to do it, and that's what a course will do, right? And then, so that's exactly what I've been doing. And Kingdom Coaching was huge because I was able to break those mindsets, start learning what I'm supposed to be doing, right? And then start putting it into practice. And that's really what I've been doing. And then I found Redirect, it is a total ecosystem, right? It's a course within a course. It's an online coaching platform. It is uh, a back end platform. It has everything that you need in order to scale your business and automate it. The amount of coaching that is inside of Redirect, you can't find it anywhere else. And that's what I keep trying to tell people is, like, if you want to build a business, we can do it. And we've got coaches that will give you a list of whatever your passion is, and you can learn how to monetize that passion. There's a course in there called Monetize Your Passion. And that instructor, that coach, will give you 15 different things that you could do with whatever passion you have, right? Whether it's t-shirts, whether it's, recipes. There was a gal who got into this space, and in the online space, and what she did is she was a baker, and she started to just make content around baking cookies. And is what she ended up doing was selling recipes, and she made hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm not saying I don't do income claims on it very often, but I'm just telling you that it's possible if you don't quit, right? Because most people are going to quit. Most people aren't going to, see the results that they want in their timing, and they're going to give up. And that's why it's important, to make sure that you stay in it for the long run, because in the long run, you're going to see that benefit. And that's with any business, right? That's not just within the online business. You can't just open up a brick and mortar and expect to, start making tons of money right away and then be like, well, sorry, I can't pay bills now. No, uh, you have to have a reserve of cash or something, or another job, so that way you can continue with that business, right? And that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people are still working their 9 to 5, working 60-70 hours a week, plus they are still building their online business. So you can't tell me that you have single mothers that are working 9 to 5, right, plus putting time and effort in on top of their online business or whatever business that they're trying to build and scale, that you can't do it. And that's why I keep telling people is, it's not for everybody, right? Because if you think that you can't do it, then you probably can't do it, because you've already spoke that into existence, right? So, but given the right tools, I think that we can overcome those limiting beliefs, right? And that's why it's important for you to find a coach. And that's exactly what I will do, right? I will be there every step of the way with you, helping you break those limiting beliefs and build your mindset, so that way you can start to understand that, what, you are good enough and you are capable. You are capable of building the business of your dreams, right? And I'm not guarantee you that you'll make money or anything, right? Because everybody's results are different. But you'll have that that pride to say that, you know what, you kept going and you are still in the fight and in the game, right? You picked up yourself, when you fell, and you're still in the fight, and that's what it takes. You have to have that mindset, otherwise you won't succeed. Because anytime anything goes wrong in the online, because this is a ever evolving landscape, right? The online space, whether it's software, whether it's platforms, whether it's just different laws or trends, whatever the case may be, it's constantly evolving, and that's why I love it so much. Because I like change. I don't like to be stagnant. I have to. My wife gets really sick of it because I'm always thinking about moving every 2 or 3 years. I'm like, we gotta move somewhere else. Like, let's find somewhere else to live, right? That's just me, right? That's just, I never stayed in one spot for far too long. You know what I mean? And I think just growing up that way, it's easy to feel like you start to get complacent when you stay somewhere too long, right? I always got to be on the move. I always want to be doing something different. I always everything needs to be changing for me. Otherwise, I get stagnant and I lose track and I fall off. You know what I mean? So I have to make sure that things are changing and things are moving. Um, and that's exactly what this online space has done for me, right? Because I'm constantly learning, constantly evolving, constantly, learning how to change my beliefs and our mindsets to overcome a lot of the limited beliefs and overcome a lot of the the bondage that comes with just having an online business and being an entrepreneur, right? And that's what it's all about, is making sure you come together with the right people so that you can have somebody that's going to lift you up when you fall, right? Somebody that's going to help you and talk you out of those situations where you just want to quit. And that's exactly what I will do. And that's exactly what coaching is, right? And that's what I've always wanted to do. I wanted to, I told my wife, I've been married for 15 years. I told my wife, I said we should try to do something as far as counseling, counseling somehow, some way, or other married couples, because I guarantee you that if you could probably think of it, we've been through it. And if we've been through it, we can tell you how to get through it, right? But it's so easy to quit. It's a lot easier to quit than it is to continue on with fighting through those pains, those feelings, those hurts, than it is to then it's just easier to give up, right? And forgive and forget. But a lot of times we still never forget. We still have that pain. So why not just, it's not forgive or forget. Most people still forget, or no, they still don't forgive, right? And they're still dealing with that pain, even though they say they have forgiven you, right? So I guess that, if that makes more sense, sorry. But a lot of people still struggle with that aspect, right? Where things don't go their way, and now they're pissed off at the world, and they need somebody to take it out on. And that's exactly what I did for many years, right? I had to have an enemy. I had to have somebody to be angry at. That anger was what fueled me, right? And it wasn't until God showed me his love, right? And I was able to learn that love doesn't require me to be perfect, right? In order to receive God's love, right? But a lot of times, far too often, I hear people say that we have to do this, this, and this, and you got to do this, and you have to do this, and God's going to love you less if you don't do this, or whatever the case may be. And I come to find out that that's not true, right? And again, God is in you, and you are in God. And if that's the case, then that means that there's nothing that can separate us from God and the love that he has for us. So when I started to realize that, and started meditating and taking time and reading the Bible and, researching, topics and just constant learning, I started to be able to look within. And by looking within, you're able to mend those broken areas. And by mending those broken areas, it's like an onion, right? You start to peel back an onion, right? and then you start to bring the onion back, and it starts to become a whole onion, if that makes sense. Or you start to kill those weeds, right? Because once one weed forms, you got tons more weeds that are starting to pop up, right? And then by going through and killing each and every weed, you're going to get to the root, and then that root is going to eventually break, and you're going to be able to break a lot of limiting beliefs. Hey, just remember, guys, I'm on live. So just so you know, well, then you don't know. Well, you guys being distracted, I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah. Who's making coffee? Why are you making coffee? This freaking kid thinks he's like 25 years old and he's 12 making coffee. I tell you, we got 4 kids. We've got a 26-year-old. I'm just joking. He's 12, but he acts like he's 26. And then an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. So it gets pretty crazy over here. And, but yeah. So that's kind of how I got into, I don't even remember what I was talking about. But yeah, if you guys have any questions so far, let me know. If you guys want to talk about anything, let me know. Facebook, Instagram, where are you? Facebook, what is up? I can't tell who you are on Facebook, so you just put it in the comments, or you can give me a shout out. But I'm using a streaming platform called Restream.io. I'm able to stream on 5 platforms at once. The only one I can really see it would be Instagram, but it'd be nice to be able to see who pops on within Restream, pops on, so I don't have to worry about it. Or I can just pull up right here and see who's popping on. Anybody? No. You can't tell if anybody's actually on. Okay. Well, tell me who you are if you want. We can talk about it. We can discuss whatever. But so yeah, anyway, I was able to we'll just go back to how I got started in the online space, right? And I was able to you're in the picture. I am? Yeah, messing around. So never mind. Yeah, I know I lost my train of thought now, but my kids think they're funny and they want to be loud. And so you guys have any questions? Do you know how to, you guys have any questions about, starting a business online, or do you have a passion of yours that you'd want to figure out how to monetize? Because that's exactly what you can do. And I can give you 15 different monetizations, 15 different things that you can do to make money with whatever you're passionate about. So don't tell me that it's, too good to be true, or it's a scam, or whatever the case is, because those are just limiting beliefs that society has put on you, or you've put on that belief. Because I know people that are, myself included, I know a lot of people that are making money online. I know people are making lots of money online. So it just depends. Let's go. Let's grow. So I guess the person on Facebook didn't want to tell me who they were watching, just watching on the outside. Again, that's how a lot of people do it. They watch on the outside with actually getting into the chat, you know what I mean, or getting into the actual live. They just kind of watch on the outside just to see what it's all about, or they're trolls and they want to wait till you say something, crazy, and then they can jump in and start to try to eat you alive. Either way, I'm game. But yeah, online coaching. If you want to genuinely help people, then you can be making money as a coach online. People will share their struggles. People share a lot of, ways that, they struggle in life, and you can talk them through that, and you can help them in that situation. You can give them a biblical insight. That's coaching, right? That's helping them, helping them solve a problem, right? Mentorship is a little deeper level where, it's almost like discipleship, but coaching is you're just helping them along their path, helping them come up with solutions. Even, and you don't have to know all the solutions. You don't have to be an expert in any of it, right? You just need to be a listen. You just need to be an ear, right? And then you need to find, different ways that they could possibly maybe overcome that challenge or troubleshoot that challenge, right? That's what it's all about. Finding a problem and then being able to give a solution. And if you can do that, you will get really far in the online space, right? So I guess that's, you making me a cup of coffee? Yeah, make me a cup of coffee, yeah. Whoa, whoa. Oh, yeah, here, there's some coffee. There's some coffee. Yeah, you put some cream in it? Mm-hmm. Okay, what kind of cream? Okay, I just put on this cream. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you. What are you doing? You better not be drinking out of it. Oh. Oh, man. Yeah, sorry if I sound all snuffly. I'm getting over a cold. Oh, thank you. You're not supposed to be drinking coffee. Can you give me a spoon so I can stir this, mister? Did you even put anything in there? Yeah. Definitely don't look like it. All right, now I see it. Okay. Don't cough on me. Oh, yeah, now I can taste it. Wow, that's sugary. That's good. Don't drink it if you're sick. Yeah, you are, because you got what I got. I'm not trying to get re-sick. I don't know if you can do that. Can you get re-sick? Make yourself another cup. But yeah, online space, make money online. Right? You're either going to have 6 months of regret or no, sorry, you're going to have 6 months of excuses or 6 months of progress, right? So you decide. So yeah, you decide. You decide, right? And if you never even start, you'll never even know to begin with, right? And that's the thing is, you can at least step into this space. You can start learning how to monetize your passion. Like I said, if you got, we've got stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads that work 60, 70 hours a week, and they're still putting in 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, right? And learning how to monetize their passion. And that's the great thing with redirect is everybody needs software. Everybody needs software to run their business. And you're going to be able to resell redirect, right? It is an all-in-one platform to help you streamline and automate your business, whatever business it may be. That's true MRR, right? Because you're going to have monthly reoccurring revenue that's going to be coming every single month when you sell this software, right? And let's say, talk about, network marketing. Tell me why network marketing is bad, right? And then tell me what limiting, it's basically limiting beliefs. Tell me what limiting beliefs you have about network marketing or MLM. And then we can talk about why those are limiting beliefs and how we can break those. Because I used to have all the same limiting beliefs. But when you really think about it and really, really look at it, all network marketing is trying to scale a business with little overhead. That's how it was explained to me. Right. And then I kind of realized and thought, okay, that makes more sense, right? And then the idea behind, this multi-pay structure, you're going to have up to 4 generations of compounding commission, compounding affiliate commission. Now you think about that. You guys have all heard about, the $3 million or having a penny that doubles every single day for 30 days. Which one's better? Well, it's the penny, right? Because by the end of that 31 days, you're going to have $10 million compared to $3 million. So when you think about that, and it's kind of nice how it's set up too. So if anybody quits within those levels, right, they just get bumped up. They just get bumped up to the next, person. Hey, Landon. Hey, Landon, leave him alone. I'm not going to tell you again. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. You guys are being way too loud and fighting and arguing while I'm on live. Stop. I will throw this at you. I'm sorry. Okay, I won't. Do it. And then you can cry to mom. Do it. And see what happens. Don't worry, it's not child abuse. Yes, it is. Oh, man. Kids are so fun. Don't worry, pretty soon they're going to be big enough till they can beat me up. Yeah, well. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, Landon. It just means that you're a big kid. You're not fat. You're just bulky. You can't take that as a bad thing because you're bulky. You're stocky. That's a good thing. You're not fat. You can see fat kids out there. You're not fat. So don't even take that as like he's talking about my weight because that's not true. You're just a big kid, dude. It means that you're buff. Yeah, I keep telling you to play football, but you're like soccer. Soccer's for skinny people. Well, that's just, I mean, he can play. I don't know. Have you ever looked at rugby? Those dudes are huge. Anybody knows how to use a butterfly knife? I'm trying to learn. This is a practice butterfly knife, but I've been trying to do different techniques. I can't imagine trying to learn without one because your hands would be cut up from the floor up. You'd be dripping blood everywhere because you're constantly. Well, let's see here. I got so much spam coming through. Who? Yeah. Well, uh, so yeah, anyway, redirect multi-pay structure. Oh, hi, babe. Ah, it's so hard to try to find stuff to talk about for an hour. If you guys want to learn how to make money online, you can go to my link in my bio and schedule a call, and you can look at the information on my page and you can decide for yourself whether it's the right fit for you or not. And I guarantee you that if you just set up a conference call with me, we could talk about it. We find out, what you're into, what your likes, dislikes are, and I guarantee you'll be able to find something. And I'll be able to tell you how you can make money online with whatever you're passionate about. That's what I do every day. Is I coach people and help them make money online. Simple as that. It sounds simple, but it is, there's a lot of work involved, I guess. But so yeah, Instagram and Facebook is very, very slow. Usually you get more people on the back end that come through your lives, which is why I'm trying to get on TikTok more because that's more of a, that's lively. Right? Most people come through your live and will actually stay and at least talk to you a little bit. Whereas Facebook and Instagram, it's usually your followers, and a lot of times people that follow you, they don't really like your content anyway, or they're not really supportive of you. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do, though. I'm trying to build a community that wants to support each other and that wants to, you know, help each other grow. I think that's important in this space. I think a lot of people are they say that they want to help and they want to be there for you, but in the back of their mind, they're like, no, we're in the same space. I want to be better than you, and I don't want to try to, you know, impede my growth by joining your lives or, doing things like liking your stuff. And then it also deals with the algorithm too, because if you start to like too many, you know, people that are in the same space as you, then that's what you're going to attract. And the idea is not to be attracting those types of clients, right? Because you want to be able to help people in somehow, some way, whatever your niche is, whether it's stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, veterans, um, alcoholics, drug abusers, whatever the case may be, mental health. You need to be able to narrow it down so that way you can start talking to that specific person, right? You need to hone in on who your ideal candidate is. Who is the avatar that you're speaking to? And yeah, that's when I use Chat GPT a lot to make different avatars. And that helps me with other clients, right? When other clients, we try to come up with ideas of who they should be talking to. Chat GPT will help me create that avatar for that person. So that way I basically give them questions that they need to fill out. And then when they are doing lives like this, they can sit there and think of themselves, who are they speaking to? Right? Is it a mother with, tons of kids that needs to learn how to save money and make money, right? Is it going to be recipes that are $5 recipes, whatever the case is, whether it's, people struggling with addiction, mental health, mental illness, whoever you're going to be talking to is going to be your ideal client. Like whoever that you're going to be able to talk to freely, like we are now, without being too salesy, because everybody knows when they're being sold to, right? And you got to be authentic and you got to be original and you have to be able to present yourself in that manner. and you're not going to attract a lot of people, or you're not going to attract everybody, right? Because that's not your niche. That's not who you want to be attracting. The people that you do start to attract are exactly who you want to be talking to and speaking to. And that's why it's important to make sure that when you are getting in this space, don't start liking a whole bunch of clients. Now, some people say, make sure you like people that have, that are in your niche or in your space that have already a following, and like them. But I don't know if that's really should be true. You should be liking other stay-at-home moms, right? Dads that are into football, that fix cars, whatever the case may be, whatever client you're trying to speak to, that's who you should be trying to talk to and acquire, right? And that's where, a lot of research comes in. That means prospecting, right? Go and look up a hashtag in your niche, whether it's stay-at-home moms. And then you do that, and then you start scrolling through and seeing who's a stay-at-home mom. And then you can start liking stuff on there. They call it love bombing. You go in on their page, you start to like their stuff. And then by doing that, that's going to present them and go, wow, who's this person liking my stuff? And then they're going to, go to your page, and they're going to hopefully like your content, and they're going to hopefully follow you. That's, kind of a strategy. There you go. Pro tip right there. I don't give that to everybody. But that's kind of the idea. Oh, and it's a lot simpler than you think, but yet it's not as simple as you think, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because it does take work. It does take, a little bit of strategy. You have to be able to work your way into a DM. You have to be able to figure out how to get that person to click on your page. You have to figure out how to get that person to click on the link in your bio. And that comes with content creation. And that's probably the hardest part for me. But I'm learning and I'm growing, and I'm finding that I'm learning what works. You know what I mean? I think that's really, within 6 months, that's what it is. You're just in a learning phase. You're learning what works, what doesn't work, looking at your analytics and finding out what you should be doing, and being adaptable. You have to be able to be adaptable. You have to, like I was in the wealth. I wanted to teach people how to build wealth. Well, that wasn't my niche. So now I'm pivoting and I'm going to another space, another direction, right? And you have to be able to do that, because if you know that that's truly not where you should be, then you have to go to where you truly need to be, right? Wherever your calling is, and I've got a lot of different ideas of where my calling should be or could be. But again, I'm just trying to be, as authentic as possible. And I'm trying to hopefully bring those clients in, right? Because I'm talking to those clients as if they're on the other side of this camera. You know what I mean? And that's what you should be doing when you're making content every single day. That person that you're talking to would be like if you guys were face to face having a conversation. So if you want, tips and tricks, and, you want some no BS coaching, then link is in my bio, and I'll talk you through and show you the ins and outs and teach you how an amazing platform can run your entire business, and we can monetize your passion. Oh my gosh, I've been on for 46 minutes. So with that, I'm going to get off, and I'll cut this up